Hi everyone, welcome back to Module 5 of Econ 5, Introductory Statistics. In this module, we're going to continue our discussion of numerical descriptive statistics. This is a continuation of Chapter 4 in the textbook. So from this point forward, the module numbers in Canvas and the chapter numbers in the textbook are not going to be in sync. So Module 5 is Part 2 of Chapter 4, Numerical Descriptive Statistics. What we're going to be doing in this chapter is, first of all, a review quiz on what we learned in the last module. And then we'll be, once again, doing a lot of Khan Academy videos and practice assignments. This time we're going to be learning about something called the normal distribution and how to calculate something called z-scores. This is going to be extremely useful. We're going to be using this over and over and over again throughout the rest of the semester. So make sure you pay close attention to how to do this. We'll be applying z-scores to something called the empirical rule, and then we will be moving on to discuss something called density curves, and we'll get into that in a lot more detail in a few chapters. So this is just an introduction to this. We will also be covering the concept of outliers, which can have an important factor or be an important factor as you do data analysis. And finally, we'll be talking about how to compare the values for two different variables in the same data set. And we do this using something called a graph called a scatter plot, as well as a statistic which is called a correlation coefficient. So a lot of things to cover. This is the last module before the first midterm exam. Midterm exam will cover chapters 1 through 5. Once you've done the Hawks Learning, again, once you've done the Khan Academy, there are, once again, some Hawks Learning lessons that you need to do, 3 of them, all of them from Chapter 4, and then some practice assignments that I want you to do on Canvas as well. There's some extra credit if you want to get some extra credit, and then we will be ready, once you finish Module 5, you'll be ready to take the first midterm exam, which will be posted a little bit later on. You'll have about 5 days to take the exam once it gets posted. So if you have any questions, be sure and post them to the discussion modules, and have fun with Module 5.